Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another edition of Can't Wait Wednesdays here on the KB Radio Network. How are we doing out there in podcast listening land? Man, this is a stacked show today. We have a lot of films and television shows that are coming out this week. 6 to be exact. And all 6 has my curiosity. And I feel to believe that some of these may pique your curiosity as well. Speaking of curiosity, let's jump right into our first can't wait of this week, and we have the Netflix series Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. And as a matter of fact, this is already out on Netflix. This came out Monday, October the 25th. It started. I thought it started this weekend. That's why I prolonged it to this week's show. But it started on Monday, which is fine. It's Netflix. You can go back and start from the beginning and watch it, and that's what I plan to do. This is a horror anthology television show. So every episode is different, has a different director, different cast, different story, different everything. But it's all going to be introduced by Del Toro, what you call it? What's that old show? Old black and white show? Why is it blanking in my mind? The Twilight Zone. He's going to come up just like Ron Sterling presented every episode. He's going to present every episode. And it's a different episode every day. So it started on Monday and it's going to last throughout the whole week. This has my curiosity, no pun intended, because it's Guillermo del Toro. You know, he is a horror mastermind. Now, he hasn't directed any of these episodes, but he is the presenter and the producer of this series, as long as the creator as well. It's a collection of Oscar-winning filmmakers' personal curated stories. There's a total of 8 episodes here, so there's 8 different directors, 8 different writers, 8 different stories, and it's just in time for Halloween. Available now on Netflix, we have Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. Speaking of Netflix, we're going to stay in Netflix sphere, if you will, and they have a film which is not a horror, but it's a crime drama to kind of balance out the universe here. We have a film that looks very interesting, and 2 actors who I'm big fans of, being Eddie Redmayne and Jessica Chastain, 2 Academy Award winning actors, as a matter of fact. This is The Good Nurse, and this story is based on a book of the same name, which was published in 2013. The premise of this film goes as such. Amy, played by Jessica Chastain, a compassionate nurse and single mother struggling with a heart condition, is stretched to her physical and emotional limits by the hard and demanding night shifts at the ICU. But help arrives when Charlie, a thoughtful and empathetic fellow nurse, starts at her unit. While sharing long nights at the hospital, the 2 develop a strong and devoted friendship. And for the first time in years, Amy truly has faith in her and her young daughter's future. But after a series of mysterious patient deaths set off an investigation that points to Charlie as the prime suspect in their deaths, Amy is forced to risk her life and safety of her child to uncover the truth. This looks like a very tense thriller crime drama that is right up my alley. Murder mystery type deal. I'm all for this, and with these 2 actors involved, I know that it's going to be something very exciting as far as story wise. I think this could be one of the shockers or surprises, which is the same thing, of the year. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited for this movie. I don't know why, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, oh man, I couldn't wait. I saw the trailer a couple of months ago, and I'm like, man, I cannot wait for this movie. And I don't have to wait long. The Good Nurse will be available on Netflix today. It is available today, Wednesday, October the 26th. So Netflix don't care. Netflix ain't waiting for the weekends. See, we wait around for the weekends for these new hot releases like they used to back in the day. Netflix like, nah, we gonna drop these hot fires during the week, and I'm all for it. The Good Nurse available right now on Netflix. Switching to another streaming service, we have a horror thriller, and this is a film that, once again, I saw the trailer too. Didn't know anything about it. I watched the trailer. I was still kind of confused, but it has my curiosity. And it is Run, Sweetheart, Run, which is dropping on Prime Video this Friday, October the 28th. And it looks like I don't know how to describe it. It looks unique, and that's a plus. It looks, like something different, but similar to other films at the same time. It's a weird little thing. The trailer didn't do it any justice as far as a clear picture of what this film is about, but it looks, dare I say, fun, even though it's terrifying. Here's the plot of this film. Timid and hardworking single mother Sherry brushes away hesitations and decides to dip her toe back into the dating scene after being spawned by her co-workers. She is thrilled when her boss sets her up with a blind date with Ethan, who proves every bit as charming as his photo tells. Ethan cannot hide his true nature for very long, and when things quickly turn sinister, Sherry must find a way to escape. Forced to navigate the streets of Los Angeles after hours on foot, Sherry learns Ethan is far more connected and violent than she ever imagined. The fact that this actress, whose name I cannot pronounce, that's why I'm not saying the names of the actors involved in here. But you may know her when you see her. She was in that god awful Charlie's Angels remake from a couple of years ago. She was the black one. Yeah, she's the lead actress in this, and she was in Resident Evil Netflix show that was god awful, but she was the lead on that as well. But hopefully she can knock this out the park. She's running around the streets of LA at night barefooted, bloody, and this guy Ethan is tracking her down. He's able to track her down for some strange reason. I don't know, it's like he a vampire or something. I don't know, but anyways, it looks good. It looks different, semi-original type. I don't know. We'll see. We'll check it out this Friday on Prime Video, October the 28th. Run, Sweetheart, Run. Now, going back over to Netflix, we have another one. Netflix, I'm telling you, man, Netflix ain't playing this week. Netflix has a stop motion horror comedy film directed by Henry Slick. And if you don't know who Henry Slick is, I'm pretty sure I'm saying his name wrong. He is a stop motion director genius. Most notably, he directed The Nightmare Before Christmas, James and the Giant Peach, Coraline. He's done some very, very awesome stop motion horror. So this is right up his alley. He wrote this film along with Jordan Peele, who also produces the film. This looks fairly interesting, and I'm interested with the voice actors who are a part of this. Along with co-writing the film, Jordan Peele also lends his voice along with his Key and Peele compadre, Keegan-Michael Key, along with Angela Bassett, Lyric Ross, James Hong, and Vin Rames. This looks like a very interesting little horror stop motion film. The plot of it is two scheming demon brothers, Wendell and Wow, played by Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele, enlist the aid of a 13-year-old Cat Elliott, played by Lyric Ross, to summon them to the land of the living. Wendell and Wow looks like it's going to be funny. If you're a Key and Peele fan, as I am, you know they can bring the funny. And then with Jordan Peele, with the horror element, if you're a fan of his directorial efforts, such as Nope, which is more recently Us, and Get Out, you know, he can bring the horror as well. So you have a mixture of both, and I'm excited for this. This looks like it's going to be one of those Halloween classics. It you know, I'm not trying to oversell it here, but it could potentially be that. I'm confident in it. If anything, I know that Key and Peele can be funny, and regardless of however you feel about anything else, I know they're funny. I love their show. I love them in their separate projects. Keegan-Michael Key has a show on Hulu right now called Reboot, which is hilarious. If you haven't watched it, it is hilarious. It's on Hulu. In other projects he's done in the past, Friends from College and stuff like that. I love Keegan-Michael Key. And Jordan Peele, I mean, what can I say? I mean, as far as his horror element is concerned, but he still has comedy. He's rooted in comedy, so that's still there too. And the director has proven he has knocked every project he's been a part of out of the park. So I am over the moon excited for Wendell and Wow, which is available on Netflix this Friday, October the 28th. All right, so that's it for streaming. Hey, that should be enough, especially for Netflix. I mean, 3 days is enough for 1 week, you would think. But there's even more coming out this week, and we have 2 theatrical releases. Starting off with a film that I already touched on in his limited run. It came out, what was it? The 14th of this month, 2 weeks ago, and it was in limited release. But now it's getting a full theatrical release this Friday, October the 28th, and that is the autobiographical film Till, which is the story of Emmett Till's mother. And I initially was not buku over the moon excited for this film because of personal reasons. Not that it hit close to home or nothing like that. I felt that if they were going to tell the Emmett Till story, tell the whole story, you know, of what happened to him, show what happened to him and whatnot. But, you know, after thinking, cooler heads prevailed, and I sat back and I thought about it. Well, you know the story. Yeah, I mean, you know what happened. We didn't need that. And this is not that particular story. This is the story of his mother. And this is told from his mother's point of view. So in that aspect, I get it. And I want to see it. I do want to see it. And it's a story that needs to be told. Either way you slice it, this needs to be told. And what more can I say? This Till will be released in theaters this Friday worldwide, October the 28th. And that leads us to our final film of this week. And this is a true horror film. This is right in time, or right on time, for Halloween, and it is Pray for the Devil. No, not Pray, P-R-A-Y, P-R-E-Y, Pray for the Devil. And it's a supernatural horror film directed by Daniel Stem. And this looks very scary. This is the one film I watched the trailer for and I was spooked out. And I haven't been that way for a while. I mean, for a trailer to really, I felt the horror in that just the atmosphere. It looks like it just feels just claustrophobic and moody, and I love it. This is what I want, and it has vibes of Exorcist. Of course, it deals with exorcisms, but it is it just has that feel. Now, I'm not expecting to see The Exorcist. There's parts in this trailer when I watched it, I was like, I'm like, nah, that's not. They're probably going for scares, and it's not quite getting there. But regardless, I'm all in on it. The film stars Jacqueline Byers and Colin Salmon, along with Virginia Madsen and Ben Cross. This film, the film plot is in response to a global rise in demonic possessions, the Catholic Church reopens exorcism schools to train priests in the rite of exorcism. On this spiritual battlefield, an unusual warrior rises. A young nurse, Sister Anne, portrayed by Jacqueline Byers. Although nuns are forbidden from performing exorcisms, a professor recognizes Sister Anne's gifts and agrees to train her. Thrust into the spiritual front with fellow student Father Dante, Sister Anne finds herself in a battle for the soul of a young girl who Sister Anne believes is possessed by the same demon that tormented her own mother years ago, and soon realizes the devil has her right where he wants her, and it won't end. I'm all for this. I'm all for this. If this had came out in, let's say, 1982, 83, or anytime in the 80s, actually, when I was at home, there's no way old Mama Reed would have let Kevin Reed watch this movie. Because if you watch stuff like this, you'll let the devil come in and get you too. So I had to sneak and watch The Exorcist and The Omen and stuff like that. Don't tell her though, even though she listens to this show. But it's all good. But the devil didn't take over. Well, if you ask some people, it had. But that's neither here nor there. This looks like a very, very good exorcism film. I'm trying to think back to the last good, devil possession film. Maybe The Exorcism of Emily Rose was the last real good exorcism film. Can't think of anything else. They have possession films. Almost every year you see another film in that vein, but they aren't good. I mean, good ones. They're few and far between. But this one looks good. But there's only one way to find out. Pray for the Devil is going to be released in theaters this Friday, just in time for Halloween, October the 28th. So, which project are you excited for? I'm really excited for all 6 of these projects. They really, really look good. On Netflix, you have Window and Wow, The Good Nurse, and Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. Those are being released on Netflix this week. On Prime Video, you have Run, Sweetheart, Run being released this Friday on Prime. In theaters, you have the wide release of the autobiographical film Till and Pray for the Devil as well. I'm excited for all of them. I don't know which one to go see. Well, the 4 of them are going to be on streaming, so you can watch those at home. But these 2 theatrical films, it's going to be a toss-up. I got to see how my schedule is this weekend. I might watch both. Who knows? We'll see. Definitely want to check out Till. Pray for the Devil looks like something I need to see at night, man. I need to see. I need to see that at night. I want to toss and turn at night after I watch this. I hope it's that good. I need a real good horror film. Haven't gotten a good horror film in a while. So let's pray, no pun intended, that this will be that film to spook me to death. But what's more importantly, I want to know, which one are you excited for? You can email the show at kbradiopodcast@gmail.com. You can also hit me up on Twitter, the KB Radio Network on Twitter. Easy way to get in contact with the show. You can also look us up on all social media platforms. Just look up the KB Radio Network. Also, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget about the 5 stars after you finish listening to the show. Doesn't cost you a dime. Just leave the 5 stars, leave a review. It helps the show out tremendously. Also, share the show. Sharing the show helps the show out tremendously. Letting everybody know you're listening to Can't Wait Wednesdays here on the KB Radio Network. Everybody, it has been an honor, privilege, and joy to speak with you. We'll be in November next time I talk to you on Can't Wait Wednesday. November, people. Man, there's only 2 more months left in 2022. Boy, time flies. But in the meantime, I mean, you have Halloween coming up in the next few days. You got your costumes and your candy for the kiddies that's going to come beating on your door next Monday. I don't. I don't. I'm going to find something to do next Monday night. You know, I don't do the trick or treating. Not in my wheelhouse. But I might go check out one of these movies if I don't be able to squeeze them in over the weekend. That'll probably be a good time to go check it out. So it is what it is. Everybody, I want you all to know I love you. Continue to love one another. And until we speak again, everybody, happy Halloween, and you all be blessed.